Alrighty, so there are two parts to this quiz, just like last week. And just like last week, the questions are all in a Google document here, and the answers are all in the quiz in the assignment. Just like last week, there are 10 multiple choice questions. Just like last week, I would highly recommend you go through, answer all the ones that you find straightforward first, and leave the harder ones till later on. Just like last week, I will give you time to do it. But if you need more time, you can have it. So the questions again are where you put your answers are in the assignment. So you go into the assignment and just select A, B, C, D, or E for each question, and you'll be graded pretty quickly. I will also go through the programming assignment. So there are 5 questions this week, not 10. The first one, you do not need to do any programming for. All you have to do is explain a part of the Magpie lab. So in the Magpie lab, it finds a substring depending on what you type in. So I copied and pasted and just slightly modified the find keyword method, and I pasted it all the way at the bottom here, down here inside the quiz itself. So you do not need to change this method. All you have to do is explain it. So for question 1, there is no coding involved. There are 3 sections, part A, part B, part C, and you have to explain each one. So just like in the Magpie lab, it takes a statement. So that's your phrase and your goal that you're searching for. PSN is the position of the first occurrence of the goal in the phrase. So lowercase is the phrase, and it finds the index of the goal. If it finds it, then the position will be greater than or equal to 0. And here's what you have to explain. For part A, explain what this part is doing here. For part B, explain what these lines are doing here. And part C, explain what these parts are doing here. And you are going to type those explanations in the test question 1. So you're going to replace this text right here with your explanation for what part A is doing. You're going to replace this text right here with what you think part B is doing, and replace this text right here with what part C is doing. And that is question 1. Question 2, you have a number here and set it to whatever you want for testing. It'll print out the number, and then you should print out fizz if the number is divisible by 3, buzz if it's divisible by 5, fizzbuzz if it's divisible by both, and buzz fizz if it's not divisible by either one. Question 3. You have 2 integers, you have 2 strings. You should change them up to test your code, and then you have to write out the integers are the same or the integers are different if those are the same or different. So don't change this part, just add more code here that says the integers are the same or the integers are different, and same for the strings. Question 4. Your cell phone rings. Print true if you should answer it. Normally, you answer your phone, except in the morning, you only answer it if it's your mom calling. No matter what, if you are asleep, you do not answer your phone. So here are some examples for is morning, is mom, and is asleep. If is morning is false, if mom is false, is asleep is false, then you print true because it's not the morning, it's not your mom, and most importantly, you're not asleep. So if none of those are true, then you answer your phone because you're not asleep and it's not the morning and it's not your mom. If it's not the morning and it's not your mom, but you are asleep, then you're going to print false because you're asleep and you don't answer the phone when you're asleep. If it's the morning, but it's not your mom, even if you're not asleep, you're not going to answer the phone because you only answer the phone in the morning if it's your mom. So again, you can change these values to test out your logic and put your code down here. For an extra challenge, if you'd like, you can actually do this in one line of code with one print statement that prints true or false, depending on the conditions. So you don't have to do it in one line of code, but if you would like a little extra challenge, you can try to do it in one line of code. And then the last question, does the string contain the letters XYZ in the exact middle? It doesn't matter what is on each side as long as the length is the same. For example, XYZ should print true because it's in the middle and it has nothing on either side, which is the same. ABC, XYZ, DEF should print true because even though the things on each side are different, XYZ is in the exact middle. XYZ 1, 2, 3 would print false because obviously it is not in the middle. There is nothing on the left-hand side. W capital X capital Y capital Z would print false because it has to be lowercase. I should put in lowercase letters XYZ in the exact middle. So those are your 5 questions. You have I'll give you about an hour. So let's say till 9:45. Are there any questions? Okie doke. If there are any questions, then Discord is the best place to ask. And for quizzes, direct message, please, rather than in the group chat. Unlike homework, which should be in the group chat.